Hello everyone and welcome to another Smokin' Showcase. Hello everyone, you are tuned in to Smokin' Revelry, and as I said before, you are watching the Smokin' Showcase, where I focus on a particular cigar and give you all of my thoughts on it. And for this episode, the cigar in question is the ZR Cigars Serie Dominicana. Now this cigar I have been saving for a bit, and it was actually given to me by the man himself, Zohar Riezman, owner and CEO of ZR Cigars. If you want to know a little bit more about Zohar, you can actually check out the interview I did with him right up here. He is a really great guy. I met him at TPE earlier this year. He's truly a very passionate individual when it comes to cigars, and not just cigars. He's very passionate about life. He is a great conversationalist. I had a great time talking to him. Really nice guy. And I basically have an open invitation to come visit the factory in the Dominican whenever I want. One day I hope to take him up on that. I'm not sure how soon that will be, but I definitely have it on my list of places to go. But as I said, Zohar passed the cigar off to me at TPE, and he told me to let it rest for a little while before I smoke it, maybe let it kind of sit in the humidor a bit. He didn't really give me a set time limit in terms of how long to let it rest. But it's been roughly just over 3 months. We're now in May as of this recording. It is currently May 3rd while I'm recording this. So I think that it's had plenty of time to rest, and now is the time to enjoy it. First things first, take off the footband. That did not come off as well as I like. Think about some of these footbands, they're made of like kind of a craft ribbon fabric, if that's even the right way to describe it. And sometimes it's not just as simple as sliding it off of the foot. It's not like a shoe, it doesn't just come off. But there we go, we have it off now. Get the aroma of the cigar pre-lit. Ugh, that's just beautiful. Now, this cigar is a Dominican Puro, hence the name Serie Dominicana. The wrapper is a Criollo 98 Dominican, and obviously there's Dominican binder and filler. It is a true Dominican Puro, and that makes me all the more excited to get going on this. Once again, using my trusty 3-in-1 lighter from Zyfe. I'm gonna give it a nice V-cut. I'm getting good at that, really good at that. Cold draw. That is something I've been missing, kind of that dried fruit, raisins, dates, that sort of flavor. I love that whenever doing a cold draw or dry draw, whatever you choose to call it. It is definitely something that it just brings back pleasant memories. It's a very pleasant flavor, and it makes me excited for what's going to come after I light the cigar. And here we go. Ooh. Oh. I know you guys have come to know me for some of my funny or weird reactions. Sometimes I just do it for the fun of it. That was almost completely involuntary, just in terms of my reaction and how good that first draw was. Holy shit. Oh, and with the retrohale, just opened it up so much. There's a spice I can't place. It's like a baking spice, maybe like a nutmeg or cinnamon. More nutmeg, I think, not less cinnamon. But just this dark, toasty flavor. Little bit of coffee, kind of that bitter coffee flavor. You know the smell of coffee grounds. Maybe you've actually tasted coffee grounds, like maybe something got left in your coffee. Not all of us really like it, but if you ever drank Turkish coffee, you kind of get a bit of an idea of what that's like. Or not, maybe I'm just talking on my ass, but I'm getting some coffee, very, very dark, and like dark chocolate. Not just chocolate, dark chocolate. It's just got a spice to it, a beautiful, beautiful spice that kind of balances it all out, rounds it all up, and just makes it this beautiful, beautiful explosion of flavor, I guess you could say. It really packed a punch right off the bat. Oh my gosh, that is so good. That is so good, and that's just the start. That is the start of this cigar. Wow. This is the first time in a while, I feel like, that a cigar has kind of hit me that hard and fast. Not like knocked me on my ass because of nicotine buzz or strength, but just from flavor alone. Just to start, the flavor is really, it's hitting the spot, man. It's really hitting the spot, and I love it. It's fantastic. I've had, this is my third ZR cigar that I've gotten to enjoy. I had the Anniversario. I had, gosh dang it, what was the one I had at TPE? The Serie, Connecticut. I had that on the morning of the second day of TPE because I had gotten to talk with and hang out with Zohar a little bit on the first day. We had our interview. We had to chat a little. We got to chat a little bit other than the interview, hung out just for a tiny bit. And he passed off 2 cigars. The Connecticut was the one I smoked at TPE, and this is the one I am smoking now, the Serie Dominicana. I am so glad I chose to wait, and I chose to actually listen to him and let it rest. I may have let it rest for longer than really necessary, but honestly, I don't think I would have regretted it either way. Oh my gosh. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. Fantastic. The flavor, it's got some nuttiness coming in. It's already started to transition just a little bit, ever so slightly, but it is good. Now is the time where I get to just kick back, relax, and not have a care in the world while I enjoy the cigar. Maybe I'll watch a little bit of a movie. I was actually watching Keanu Reeves' Constantine. I mean, if you're a fan of the DC Comics character John Constantine from the Hellblazer comics, you may think that that's not so faithful of an adaptation, but it's Keanu fucking Reeves, okay? He could just be, I saw a meme that said he could be in a movie with Brendan Fraser. It could just be called Movie, and we would go see it, and I sure as hell would. So I'm gonna kick back and enjoy me some Keanu Reeves and Constantine. I know that sounded weird, but I love you, Keanu. I love you. And if you don't love Keanu, then I really think that there might be something wrong with you, and you may need to sit down and talk with someone. That has nothing to do with this. I just wanted to say that. So I'm gonna go enjoy this and give you the rest of my thoughts, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of them in just a little bit. Well, I must say, and I will say, that this has been a beautifully diverse cigar. Now, I haven't had a puro of any kind for a long time. Dominican and Nicaraguan puros are just the best, honestly, in my opinion, when they're done right. And this Dominican puro has definitely been done right. It has some very complex flavors, very like toasty and nutty towards the end. And honestly, it's just been a very relaxing, enjoyable smoke. I really, really like it. And I had a little coffee with it that kind of brought out some different flavors. So honestly, just, it's delicious. It's got some bite to it in a strange way. I know I said that at the beginning. It's got kind of a little bit of a bite to it. There's a bitterness to it, but it complements the other flavors. And I like that, honestly. Even if there's a little bit of bitterness to a cigar, as long as it kind of marries with the other flavors really nicely, I don't mind a little bitterness. And this one definitely has a slight bitterness to it. It's not a bad one. You think of like a bitter beer or a bitter type of like, maybe even a wine or some kind of liquor. Sometimes there is a little bit of a bitterness to it, or whiskey even. There's sometimes a bit of bitterness to a whiskey. It just depends on what kind of whiskey you're drinking and what you're pairing it with and what you've had to eat before and stuff like that. So I made sure my palate was fairly clean before I did this. Had some water, kind of, let it, didn't eat anything for a bit before I started smoking. But man, this is just, it's fantastic. It's a fantastic cigar. Kind of just that nutty bitterness towards the end. It's good though. They marry well together. A little bit of sweetness on the back end that's kind of like, it really goes well with the coffee. It's very much a coffee note when it comes to the back end, the sweetness and things like that. Best way I can describe it is very dark and rich flavors. Yeah, just excellent. Now, if you are not familiar with ZR Cigars, I suggest you familiarize yourself with ZR Cigars because I've only had 3 of them and they've all been very impressive, very good. Zohar Riezman, the owner and CEO, is a very, very nice gentleman. I really enjoyed talking with him, getting to meet him, and we've kept in touch and things like that. He's just a really great guy. I really appreciate him very much, and he's been very supportive. So definitely check out ZR Cigars. Go to zrcigars.com. You can find them on Instagram. They have a couple different accounts. There's a ZR Cigar Factory, ZR Cigars USA. You can find them everywhere. But I highly recommend the Serie Dominicana. It's excellent. It's really good. So go out and get it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another Smokin' Showcase. I really appreciate you checking out the video. Be sure to subscribe, like the video if you did enjoy it. And also be sure to subscribe to my podcast, the Revelers Rule podcast. All the relevant links are in my link tree down below in the description. So please go check that out. I appreciate you guys. Hope you're staying safe, staying healthy, keeping it smoky as always. And I will see you guys next time.